or when I was like a super older child, and they asked like ignored the criminal charges.
So how about that D&D, or you rather discuss politics?
I mean, politics is fun.
I mean,
Can't we discuss
It
D&D
can be.
politics?
D&D
we can do
politics.
both at the same time, I think.
With that said, yeah, I'm good to go. I'm just gonna grab my pizza
Yes.
real quick then.
I got everything as well, which is just a pen and a paper and my laptop.
I was so confused, but I realized I had my Twitch sounds on, so I heard double.
Oh.
So, last we left off, well, but that's so. Last we left off, you decided to. I guess Constantine decided to take your all somewhere different, somewhere unfamiliar in the world. Into Krailporos, somewhere not too far when it comes to the whole world, but quite a distance for just the way you ever traveled from as a group. A massive city situated at the mountaintops of several mountains that are connected with roots and tendrils of druids, and mainly inhabited by Aarakocras. After navigating for a bit, you all split off. 3 of you ventured into the market to figure out what you want to get, provisions and whatnot, while Constance decided to reconnect with an old acquaintance of his, Arkakra, by the name of, or just by however she calls herself, the Red Raptor. I guess negotiations on Constantine's part went pretty alright. For all of you. You met a gnome that was very keen on selling cabbages. Tried to figure out where you can find druids. Where you, Ares, were just shown a location near the horizon that there is a temple of fire there, and you should go there. Because you want to become stronger, and that's your only quantum of what you need. And then Theo, you venture to seek knowledge, form of books, found a shop, found a young half-elf lady reading something, and started to make herself incredibly awkward in front of you and embarrassed, until she eventually fessed up that you may or may not look somewhat, to one of the characters of the book she's reading. And with that little exchange, you were given 2 copies for free. And technically, that's where we left off. Unless I'm missing something very...
Nope. We just met up back with
Ares.
then.
Yep. No, that sums it up.
Oh, I think so too.
And I'm off. Reconnecting
Enjoying life.
with an old friend, quote unquote friend. So you guys got the scene until Araxis throws it to me.
Huh?
Remember, I'm off negotiating at the moment.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing you walk out of the bookstore, I think Ares will walk up to you, and with a bit of curiosity, we will ask Theo, did you find anything? What we're looking for?
I was just, and I'm hiding the book about Jin a bit behind the one. I was just looking for something to read, and I'm just showing him the fantasy book. What's it name? The Desert Sands or something. What's it called? And I'm showing him the book.
Does it have a cover? Of anything? Access?
Uh, I,
Does the fantasy book does it have a cover? Anything on
no,
the
no.
cover?
Well, no, no. It's just the title, technically.
Interesting. I've never been to desert before. Wonder how it is.
It has a lot of sand. It is warm during the day and cold during the night. It is a harsh environment that only the strong survive in, or the cunning.
From what I've read, it's not actually about the desert, and I'm flipping through the pages. At least I think so.
But why does
I'm
it have desert in the name then?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Air is trying to picture what desert is from Ves's description, and he sees a beach. Because that's a lot of sand in his eye.
Well, does Ves know what a beach is?
Does Vez know where the beach is? Technically, for where you were, no.
No. So Ves is like, no. Well, I guess Ves has to explain.
It is just sand, not much green. When you find it, it is rare and water is nearby. You roam, the winds are both your friend and your foe. The more wind comes up, the more sand flies around, changing the landscape. It is harsh, but it was my home.
Does it have an ocean as well?
I don't know what an ocean is, so what is
It's an ocean.
You know, when there's like water everywhere, you can't see beyond the water.
I see. No, water is rare in the desert. It is mostly contained to a small pool. Towns, cities go around those, or camps.
So it's like a large beach with no ocean.
I guess so.
She
Fascinating.
still sort of confused a bit.
I think I want to see it someday.
Well,
Last I saw it, we left it because a sign showed us to head west as beings fell from the sky.
Theo, have you been to a desert?
No, I know what it looks like, but I can't say I've ever been to one. It kind of scares me, to be honest. There's nothing there, just and he kind of stares into space.
Ves just chuckles a little.
Oh, there is things to find. It is simply rare. Either buried, or you are lucky enough to stumble upon it.
That like what?
Sorry, what?
Like what?
Sometimes treasures, sometimes structures. Though those were only stories.
Did Ves's tribe ever encounter something about treasure or things in the past herself, or is it literally just a story? Araxis?
Wait, what?
Has Vested Tribe ever encountered ruins or treasure, or is it just delicate to stories within her tribe?
Ah, man. Roll me a history check. Great history
There you go.
check.
Straight history check, no bonus, or just with
Yeah.
bonus?
Well, you have your modifier. You have your modifier.
Yeah, because that's a -1. That's why I asked. That's
Ah,
Extra better.
you didn't have any first-hand accounts, nor did you remember tales of people saying it.
Okay. That
It's all.
okay.
I really can't see it, but now I really want to visit that someday. So if the book isn't about deserts, what is it about then?
I mean, it seems to be something of a adventurous tale. I haven't gotten that far yet.
The book itself is about 100 and something pages. Yeah. If you wanna start reading, you can. Will take some time.
I mean, 120 pages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna take a while.
Are you just gonna start reading it?
Book club, let's go.
Yeah.
We need to find a place
Yeah, I'm
first.
going to start reading it.
Are we walking?
Where are you walking? What are you doing? You literally are in a place. None of you have any slight familiarity with it, and the person who brought you there is now missing.
So, Araxis,
Hmm.
since we're gonna be directionless, does Vess see any sort of signs or anything, or if not, then I guess we're just gonna have Ares lead.
Yeah.
Any
What kind
particular
of
any particular
Sorry.
signs you're looking for?
Mm, something to guide Vess towards something, I guess. At this
Magic.
point, she is trying to look for anti-demon stuff, so it's like,
Okay,
looking around,
in
looking for
that case, can you roll me? First of all, I need to know which languages do you know?
Vess knows Common Dragon and Ogre.
Roll. Oh, okay. Roll
Yeah, sure.
me. A perception.
Perception.
Yeah.
24.
Oh man. So there are no signs or boards or any directions that are basically would navigate you across your little predicament now. Especially more specifically towards
Goal.
towards what's it called? Towards solving your demonic problem and wishing to get some stuff for it. However, in Ogre, or I think it's in Giant. Is it Giant or Ogre?
It says here that I know Ogre. Giant is different.
Oh yeah. So you. Oh my fucking god. Very nice. Okay.
Phone.
Yeah, phone. Very good. Anytime. So, what you do see in Ogre, written almost 10 feet above the ground, one of the walls, quite crudely, as if somebody picked a sharp piece of like blade or something else, written in Ogre, protection.
Ooh.
Yes. And there is an arrow that points to the right, and it seems to have one singular simple arrow that goes from building to building and is, a lead, if you wish.
Mhm.
Anyway, give me a
Okay.
second. I need to answer this.
Go ahead.
I see. Oh, that is interesting. That is a sign. Quick. We should follow that.
And she points to the word in ogre with the arrows. Hello? So what do you
Sure.
guys say?
I mean, Theo says, are you sure? I mean, it could be some kind of trap or something.
Do you think it's safe?
The word says protection. It could mean something. Let us
I don't-
see.
I don't think Constantine brought us here if it was dangerous.
Undefined language. It usually means that you haven't filled out what you. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, as in you didn't pick the language that you should have. So what is you're trying to, like? Are you gonna try to
I'm trying to tell the party, like, hey, there's protection there, we should probably follow it, and now we're discussing what it is.
Okay, so you
Obviously,
just
we
make your
figured out-
way, right?
Yeah, I think we're starting to go there.
Can Theo, can you roll me an intelligence check and a wisdom check?
Oh, no.
Intelligence and wisdom.
Oh yeah, insight actually, yeah. Yeah, intelligence and insight.
Only Theo and not me.
Intelligence and
Yes,
insight.
because he's reading a book.
Mm.
It's for the book.
I want to see how quick.
Oh,
how
a classic
quickly-
investigation insight. All right, all right.
No, it's more like how quickly he can read while he's just he's not like sitting down and reading fully constrained. He's literally walking and reading. I want to see how well he can.
No, intelligence and insight.
Yes. Two different.
Intelligence and insight. Beautiful.
So,
there are the few rolls we
You're
expected.
making your way, trying to follow the building from building. As you can clearly see that it's basically almost at the same height. An arrow always from one building to another, and essentially it leads you away from the center, past the red square, somewhere northwards. Meanwhile, Theo, there is always people bustling, walking, shoving. You can barely read out 2 to 3 sentences before your concentration fails and you need to essentially re-catch where you left off. Walking and reading, especially in heavy armor, is not a very nice thing to, especially in a place with scorching heat. So you're not exactly doing too well on your reading reps at the moment. Did you just call the red? Did I?
I think call it
Yes.
Red Square.
Yeah.
The Red District. Oh,
Yeah,
the different.
Yeah, the red district, Main Square,
Yeah.
etc., etc. It takes you about 5 minutes, and basically following the the lines. Eventually, you come to one of these massive routes. They're about 15 feet wide and several hundred feet long, as it goes from the edge of your current mountain that you're inhabiting to the other side of another mountain. Everybody's essentially walking single file, some very cocky and obviously without any problems, mainly are cockras. Some quite skittishly walking and making sure they follow their steps full with anxiety. They're not of a race that have wings at their disposal. And you can see clearly that on the route, on the side, somewhere you couldn't really reach unless you would try very well, either climb or fly next to it. There are small little lines that lead you to the other mountain. So, crossing to the other mountain or staying on the same?
Constantine can find us, so Vess is gonna say go for it, but she's gonna make a small comment in Draconic just because she wants to say it.
Days like these, I wish I was born a dragon.
And then she starts walking the route towards the other mountain because she's following the signs.
Yeah, I guess I follow after Vess. Don't want to fall behind.
Yeah, me too.
So, takes you about few minutes to pass. You see some people almost lose their composure, freak out. But nothing happens, no incidents occur, and eventually make it to the other side. And there, before you even make it to the other side of the mountain, you basically see more arrows. But you see more than one arrow on the street. You see, they are being connected from other alleys and whatnot. Seemingly, they are starting to converge. You're getting closer.
We are nearing its destination.
And Vess starts to follow the arrows towards where it's leading to.
This mountain section, at least as you can see, living houses, but you can hear Theo unmistaken sounds of smithies being worked. You can hear that you understand that there's probably blacksmith and whatnot around this area. Well lived in. A lot of different types of people, not only Aarakocra. And what essentially the arrows lead you down is this alleyway that is about 90 feet long, that has no windows or doors on the side. It's almost like a dead-end corridor or hall. But there is a small trap door. Not small, but almost like a 3 feet by 3 feet trap door at the end. It does not appear to have any lock. It just is there. So, is there anything particular you would like to do as entering the alleyway, looking behind, trying to figure out if you're getting ambushed or what's the deal? Nobody greets you, nobody calls you out, but the arrows clearly through the hallway. There's two that signify that the location is basically that way.
Can we hear anything? Any weird sounds from the door?
You can roll me perception, all of you.
Okay. It is.
And that one.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you really have that a lot.
Yeah, I do.
This is I have a 7, and Ares has 13.
Without opening the hatch, all you can hear is absolutely nothing but the commotion of the outside. just life bustling in the surrounding areas that drowns out anything potentially that is underneath the hatch, except for you, Ares. You can visibly see that there dust slightly formed on the very top of the trapdoor that snudges every few seconds. You kind of get a bit closer and you realize there's some sort of tremor, some sort of sound that is loud enough that it makes the trapdoor slightly vibrate and move the dust that is beset upon it.
Yeah. He like leans over and takes a closer look. And like quite obvious looking at it so that the other two also can see him. What is that?
I'm just gonna make it funny. Can anybody roll me D10? One of you.
Philo can do
Um,
it.
Good job, Theo. It's lucky 7.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So all of a sudden, you can hear sounds. Just all of a sudden, massive amounts of sound behind or underneath the trapdoor, as all of a sudden somebody not widely swings it open, but more like grabs it and swings it halfway and then slowly pulls it the full remaining length over. So, what you see in front of you is a very tanned human that is muscularly built, and he is reeking of shit and ale as he takes a deep breath and goes, oh. All of a sudden looks at all of you, and his eyes glint as he claps his hands together, and just almost like with as warm as a welcome as one could do at this very moment, just goes, ah, clear skies to you, friends. What can I do for you?
I guess Vess speaks up.
Greetings. We followed the arrows of protection here. It got us curious.
Well, okay. He all of a sudden climbs the full length out of the trapdoor, stands proudly, shakes off any sand and dirt that he has on him. You realize something, this. He is 7.5 feet tall. He is a giant motherfucker. But
Oh, he's about 7.5. That yeah, he's taller than Vess.
yeah, he can you roll me an insight check?
Okay. 11.
He is just seemingly very friendly towards all of you. You don't know if it's very common for people to be friendly, but it's kind of slightly unsettling, you know? As he proclaims, so it's protection you seek. I mean, it's a wise choice. Name's Brahm, by the way, and he kind of extends his hand towards you, Vess. Takes yours, and then proceeds with everybody else.
Hello.
What? Oh. Yeah, I return to shake. A pleasure.
I am Vess. And these are my companions, Theo and Ares.
Ares holds up a hand. Otherwise,
Good to see it's good to see you, but please tell me, what kind of protection do you seek? Somebody's being a bit of unruly, maybe trying to extort your well-earned profits in the city?
Theo
Hmm.
turning to Ares and Bass. We really plan this through? I mean, we don't really need protection, do we?
Ares will whisper to I don't really think so, no.
That kind of protection.
I thought it meant ways of defending against demons.
Hey,
We met
Brom,
in quarrel.
Brom all of a sudden scratches his chin and looks at you. Demons, eh? Um, is it like a ghost kind or something you can beat up?
Sorry, I had to laugh at you. God damn it, Sophie, that was a good one.
Ares gets a really like angry glint in his eyes when demons are mentioned.
Not the ghost kind. It is a long tale. To keep it simple, demons have attacked us and tricked us. And we seek ways to deal with such beings.
Brom once again thinks for a second. And he shakes his head. Nah, I can't really do that. Sorry. I can't really punch something that is not, kind of reaches out to the air. I mean, if you need protection against, bandits, maybe some pesky guards that wishes an additional bribe that they need, I can help you out, but, demons. Nah.
I see. It is that kind of protection you offer.
You see Ves thinking, and then it's like a little bit of disappointment on her face that she was wrong to follow the arrows.
I guess this journey did not lead to any new information. Do you mayhaps know someone who might know more about the demons?
Let me roll something. He shakes his head. I can't really say I do. I don't really believe in that demonic ghost stuff.
I see, I see.
Ves looks at Theo and Ares.
Ares shakes his head. Let us go.
Think we should go. I don't trust this guy.
I apologize. It seems I have wasted both our times.
The man just shrugs. But he also, as you, or guess as you stay here, he just proceeds to walk out into the street, leaving literally the hatch opened. You look at the hatch, and you basically see about 15 feet drop. It is, of course, on one side reinforced by a ladder, so you can climb down easily. And you see a well-lit tunnel.
Tunnel.
Curious.
This is not sure if they should. Pez isn't sure if he wants to go down there yet.
It's up for that.
I think we should, if it's not our place. I think we should wander too far.
Agree. I think we should leave him be.
Best size disappointed, and then not.
Go.
Actually, are we lost or not?
So, no?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
We're not gonna get lost.
What is not to be lost at? Oh, okay. So, what would you like to do now? As you know, you're basically in a hallway that is essentially a dead end with a hatch, but you want to go to the hatch, and that's one of the problems with teleportation. You don't really know where to go, especially when you don't have anybody as a reference.
Should we
Yep.
go back? Can find a place to wait until Constantine comes back. Is somewhere we can sit down?
I guess.
So, I feel more lost than anything here.
Yeah.
Everybody can roll me. Can everybody roll me a perception check?
I think we were walking back. I was looking for like restaurants, cafes.
Still,
Tavern.
yes.
17.
3.
Okay, I'm just wondering, does the dice just hate you at all?
I mean, he hated me last time too, so it's fine.
I mean, it's better to have it in like basic perception checks than rolls that really
Exactly.
matter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
True.
returning back, you basically met with the roots. You come through the roots. 2 people fall off. Like literally, 2 people fall off, screaming for their lives.
Can we save them?
No. And literally, as they do, about 4 to 5 to 6 Aarakocra that were literally. You realize something, both of you, Ares and Ves. There's a lot of Aarakocra that is just chilling by the root. Just mind their own business, away. And as soon as somebody falls, immediately jump down with full weight. And almost like a competition to the first body, that is one of a dwarf, about 3 Aarakocras present themselves within 10 seconds. And there's almost a scuffle before one of them finally picks up the dwarf fully and flies them upwards. And same goes for the second person, who was also a dwarf mere moments after. Can both of you, Ares and Ves, roll me an insight check on that?
Again?
Inside. Oh, that's a...
Can I also try to see if like where they saved gently or
Well,
they seem to not enjoy
okay.
being saved?
So what you see, what you realize, these Aarakocra are not very. They look impoverished. They don't look like they're living well. And with the 10, you realize something. For the people who are not native here, meaning Aarakocras, there's a chance to maybe make a slight profit from saving someone's life if you catch them. And you can clearly see with your perception that once they land, their cockroaches seem to be looking for extend their hands and requesting something. And of course, dwarfs both being generous and completely scare out their lives, provide with some points. Of course, their cockroaches immediately seeing the coin become extremely happy, receive some money, and of course bow. They realize it's less of like saving for the sake of moral intention, more of economic pursuit.
Yeah, as we
Um,
walk with this, Ares wants to like nudge Theo and like whisper, "Do you have some coins?"
No, I'm afraid I don't have anything at all.
Then,
None of you have money.
then I ask Vess, "Do you have some coins?"
Do I still have rubies?
You do.
So Vess looks at Ares. No, but I still have rubies left.
Could I have one of them?
Sure, my friend.
And she pulls out the bag of rubies from her bag of holding and hands one to Ares.
Yeah, I take it, place it
Put it back
securely
away.
in
Uh-huh.
on me, and then I want to intentionally stumble and fall off the edge.
Oh my god. You want to roll a performance check to see how actually like.
Sure.
Let me intentionally fall off the edge.
20. Not natural.
As the thought crosses your mind to you want to fall off and just free fall and see what happens, you stumble somewhere 3/4 through the roots back to the original mountain that you basically got to. You stumble and you lose your balance and you essentially slip off the root and essentially almost jump off into nothingness as you begin to free fall. Before you can even figure out where's up, where's down, and open your eyes fully to realize where you're falling, you immediately feel, "Oh, yeah, I need to roll this." So you immediately feel two clasps of talons in almost separate sections of your body, one on your left shoulder, another on your right foot, even though you're falling quite awkwardly. Can you roll a perception check?
Sure. I have a lot of +5 abilities.
You have no clue what's going on, but you hear sudden hisses and bickering as all of a sudden you open up your eyes and you feel you're getting essentially picked up and flown. This, Theo, from your perspective, everybody's just free falls for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, as all of a sudden a pair from basically the edge of the mountain jump and essentially dive for Ares. They all essentially almost split Ares apart as almost, claiming territory until one of them, after some screeches, gives up and flies back on the mountain where he was, while the other one slowly but surely composes itself and essentially gets both claws into Ares' shoulder. Mind you, they're not like impaling your shoulder, but more like grabbing your shoulder and around your shoulder. And now slowly but surely, lifting you up. Now?
And then the bot died.
The
The
boss
bot, oh no. I don't want to have this awkward situation again. Please don't.
died.
Oh, wait, please work. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh, this is
Bot
gonna
is
be
dead.
awful.
I can sing for you.
Shut up.
Do, 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 do.
Okay. Don't start fucking beatboxing. I
Elevator.
already have so many problems. I don't need two incompetent beatboxers to beatbox in a fantasy setting.
Beatboxing elevator music.
Shut up. Okay,
Fine,
so
let's hum.
yeah, essentially, by all means, Ares, you got a faster way of traveling back to the mountain you wish to come back to, as their cockra promptly just plucks you down on the ground and essentially plucks itself also on the ground next to you. As their cockra bellows out quite proudly, "You should be wary of your step, stranger. It's a very, very long fall."
Thank you so much. And Eric seems to be smiling a bit more genuinely than he has done for the past few days.
The bot lives!
Yes, the ball
Ah.
lives, thank you.
And then he shoves something in his bag. Here you go. And he hands out the ruby.
Well, let me roll a d20. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and he does it in like a way that he like cups his hand. Not intentionally hiding it, but not keeping it too obvious as well.
So any demeanor or I guess chivalrous behavior that Cockra had, all of a sudden, almost fades instantaneously. As almost with force, it snatches the ruby out of your hands with its talons and looks up closely to examine it. With passive perception, as he seems to examine it, you realize something about it. This creature, this Urkakra, is about 6 foot tall, very lanky. And you realize there's a reason because of it. It hasn't eaten in quite a while, to the point that when it grabs the ruby and examines it, you hear its stomach grumble quite furiously.
Oh no, I can help with that as well. And then Eris will cast good berries and also hand over, showing his hand with 10 berries in it. You can have this as well.
He grabs it, looks into you and nods, and without like eating one berry, he just basically eats everything. He takes the whole, I guess, wine, good berries, and just sends it down its throat. You can not even hear him chew, he just swallowed. Ares, are you gonna say anything or do anything as a reaction, or just...
Would I know if that was a good or bad idea?
Jesus. To eat all the good bears at once?
Yeah.
Insight check.
Yeah. Because it's not dangerous, or is it just excessive?
14.
You remember asking almost the same question when he was a younging, right? What happens when you eat too many berries? What happens if you accidentally mistaken good berry for a normal berry? Are you gonna die if you eat like 5 berries as a kid? And essentially, the question you gotten was, no, you're just gonna shit out 10 times worth of food. So while the cocker in front of you is very content as moments pass that is feeling fully saturated with food, he's probably gonna have a nightmare of a thing in like 6 hours.
Yeah, Ares gives me a little pity. Of course, it's hard to know what he's pitying it for. It's just hard to read in that manner. But yeah, and like slaps his shoulder. Doesn't say anything. It's already done. I can't really stop him from having eating it.
Yes, so I guess so. So,
Yeah. Then I
uh,
wait for the rest if we arrive.
well, their cockra eating, being a bit delightful, immediately bows its head and says, "You fall again." And with pessimist, I realize it is being extremely genuine. There's almost like this dark twist to their cockra that you just spoke with, as it immediately flies off northwest.
Wipe them off. Give the big wave at me.
Yeah.
Not wave them off the sun drone.
Well, takes but a few minutes, and I guess you're reunited with your three companions. And Constantine, my boy, if you're here.
Oh, sorry, I just heard my name.
Yes. Well, technically, around this time, you would be kind of done with your little predicament, your little diplomacy negotiations, as if you were but a feeble moral man, you would have probably a few weeks of a handful of scars. But yeah.
But I'm not.
But you're not.
And I don't.
Yeah. If you wish, you can wish it away.
But with that, seeing my suit's not in its best condition at the moment, I put on a new suit, very similar looking. It kind of just poofs in and out. And question: what's the condition of our lovely Arakakra?
Can you roll me an insight check?
Oh, no. How insightful am I? Let's see. Actually, bloody hell, that's right. I don't have the. Where did I? Oh, I know where I have it. Sorry, one moment. Here we go. Yes, I can. Uh, 15. Man.
I can give you a very vivid scene, but I'm just gonna say this. You're both sated. But she's sated not only on the physical level, but also on a mental level.
Like I said.
That
is an apt description, but
she seems to have, by the looks of it, dreamt of this moment a handful of times. But she's now asleep soundly.
He nods and kind of looking out. Pull a few papers manifest in his hands, and there are obstructions and a bit of a psychological breakdown. both physically and mentally, of all of our party members. He just places it on the desk. This will be her future reference for the equipment. All of, by the way, like just to be out there, all of the statements are a bit condescending, and and he does not have a lot of faith in the current group he's with. And he starts walking off to the thing. The magic that was covering the windows is now faded, and yes, that is an apt description, Vess. And I open the door, right? Is there anyone just waiting?
No. The door has been basically shut. And yeah, and it's been not disturbed. Nobody's eavesdropping, nobody's chilling. You see the older Kokra that was essentially led you or introduced her to you, essentially, is basically halfway through the stairs, basically examining the first floor keenly, but immediately catches eye when we're seeing you. He does not say.
Question: how important does this guy look?
Say with your passive insight, you see that he's not a regular worker. He's definitely essentially an overseer of sorts, a steward. To which or what capacity he has overall in the whole thing, you have really no clue.
I walk up to him.
Looks at you.
My good sir, the lady's a bit exhausted and should not be disturbed for a few hours. Also, are you familiar where this comes from? And he shows his, he takes the glove off his hand real quick, and the ring of second chances is on that hand.
Wait, what is on the hand?
Ring of second chances. I think that's the word you gave.
Yeah, ring of second chance. He looks at it. He's a bit fearful. Because not in passive insight, he's not trying to lie, deceive you, but he thinks what you're asking is like a trick question. But he takes a deep breath and says, "Sadly, I do not."
He nods, puts on the glove, and then starts walking off before saying, "Oh, we'll be in town for a few days while you gather up my requested materials." He smiles and walks out to the open street. At this point, I have a moment to myself, right? And I am rather I don't travel with a lot of enchanted equipment on me. It's not something I've had to do, honestly. And going through my head, right, I still have a lot of power just left on my character at the moment to travel to more difficult locations. Araxis, I know you haven't had a chance to fill out your list.
Oh,
so
God.
I will leave this in your hands.
Yeah.
But given I do have some wish magic, what interplanar merchant do I think would be best for one hell of a new suit?
Or one hell of a new suit?
Mm.
Oh. Well, there's two types of suits, right? One that is, of course, one of high fashion, considerably, made of cloth, fabrics, and whatnot. And the other suits are more of material that is not exactly natural, you know? Less, how do I say this? Tailors of clothing are across every single realm, but say what fits for the mortal plane might not fit for the realms of fire. So you know a handful of locations of suits of mortal planes that are mainly in the coalition territory, as they have the most intricate and most versatile designs available. They do not really work by the ways of the Empire's fashion, for the simple reason that the Empire's fashion is extremely stagnant compared to the new ways of the East. However, if you want something with extreme flair and extremely great benefit to you as you know,
As you know, a man of magic myself.
any elemental plane can do. You have a lot of contacts.
Yeah, so one of them. Okay. So if I want something that's really up there in the all right. Let's see. What do I want? We are dealing with a. We've been dealing with a lot of fire lately.
Technically, elemental of fire, a fire plane would be useful.
Yeah. I think it's been a while since I visited any place. Like, I don't know if your lands have the equivalent of the Bronze City, but I'm gonna make a quick trip over to one of my contacts that in the fire
Okay.
plane of existence, because I need a really expensive suit, and I mean really expensive suit.
Well, so from fire, the Brass City does exist. The elemental plane of fire. It is not as big, but it is as opulent. How do I say this? Can you roll a d20?
Sure thing.
Is he gonna wish for it? Right.
I could just wish for the suit. We could save ourselves some time here. I was going to wish to kind of go over to the location.
Or you
but
can
I
go.
can
No,
just-
it's up to you. You have choices.
Yeah. Let's see here. I think we'll go off for a visit. We'll try to keep it brief to the shop itself.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. So, just roll me a d100, and you can.
Oh,
Oh.
So, I'm going to conjure up. I'm gonna wish for some planar travel scrolls, basically, and we're gonna just use those for my own sanity.
Oh boy. You're gonna get yourself to meet some infernal tailors. Anyway, when it comes to the people of the other group, because that was halfway, you basically took the Aarakocra's free falling as a nice little distraction, but making back to the mountain, basically tracing back your steps because the arrows are still plentiful, you basically realize you pass by this building that one section of the wall is essentially, there's nothing there, it's there's no wall, just a massive entrance, and you essentially see this as almost an open inn where you can see ale, freshly cooked meat being served. As people come and go, there's plenty of tables and chairs. One thing that really catches your eye, right? As everything is kind of familiar and basic, right? You find this is not for econs, this is for everybody else, because they're split from you. In this cavern, you see a gigantic metal cylinder with a bunch of pipes and twirls and bolts, and you have no clue what it is, but occasionally it bellows out this thunderous roar. Not like super massive, but when you are in the room, it can clearly be heard.
Hmm.
Oh. Technically, this place serves meat and drinks as you want, because you were looking for an inn or something else. Right?
Yeah, we're looking for a place just to rest up and wait, basically. So any place would work.
Okay. Uh, Theo, can you roll me an insight check? Also,
Yeah.
does anybody actually have coin?
And no,
We have rubies.
Christ.
7.
double
Oh.
check. If I have, maybe I have some copper coins, but I don't even know that. I don't even think that.
No. So basically, what you're telling me is you went to the place and gonna order some stuff without any currency, except you're gonna give
We never said
rubies.
we was going to order. Just going to find a place to sit.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Roll something.
I can purchase in crossbow bolts.
Jeez. What is the tip of your crossbow bolts?
I would assume iron,
And
and well, technically maybe it's Link's crossbow bolts actually. Maybe he has them back. Oh, and
Eh.
Go
silver.
around.
Anyway,
Link is silver. Yeah,
Wait, if Lucky's still around, does he have money?
just like you have money.
no, he doesn't.
God damn it.
Yeah, as
Eh.
we're waiting, I guess that Ares Ox would like catch up on what we're doing. See what we're
And
doing.
anyway,
What
so
time I'm on.
oh man. So. Let me see if I can find a proper. Yeah, you know what? This will work. Yeah, I'll take this. We take those. There you go. So Constantine. Dun.
See what you've done.
There you go. So, Constantine, my boy. Well, with a single finish shift scroll, you know exactly what to look for. The hell exalted infernal weavers. See, in the hells, a lot of clothing don't do well in the heat and in the fire, since most of the fire plane in hell is actually respectively hot and will burn most of the cloth. So what oh so very ingenious weavers back eons ago managed to figure out is how to harvest fireweed, a cloth made of pure fire, but acts as the softest and most easily obtainable silk. Well, almost use it for, defensive purposes. Interweave with armor as almost its own enchantment. Some demon lords and princes and even gods have taken the cloth for themselves to manifest clothing, normal clothing, but almost no protection. Albeit the clothing itself is extremely beneficial, especially when you're traversing through the fire. So, nevertheless, man. So, To put a tale quickly and short, you don't know any of the Firefred Weavers' names, of the Infernal Weavers, because like any demon, knowing their name is actually, well, kind of
Not
bad.
beneficial to them.
Yes, yes. But they're more than willing to make you a suit that would essentially be not like a black dye, but a charcoal made suit that is as sturdy as coal of the earth, but as smooth and silky as the finest silks of the moral plains. Underneath the the hair thin layer lies hundreds of interwoven threads of flame, live, living flame. It will never break, will never snatch, and will give you comfort and protection from the fire that you may encounter.
Mm.
Surprisingly enough, seeing that. So I can't really put an image of an infernal reaver because they do not exist really. But imagine a creature of fire that is an amalgamation of several hundred souls with limbs of additional several dozen souls are attached, and each finger is like a loom, meticulously making fireweave and folding it, bending it, and manifesting it into viable cloth.
Mm.
Nevertheless, it takes you less than 10 minutes, unironically, from a request from one of these, and within your eyes, as if magic, piece by piece, a whole new suit is made in front of your eyes.
I think I watched this process over. How much just like a suit like this kind of? What's the price of this? Actually,
Uh,
wait. Oh, is this for someone else, or is this suit was
for
literally
you,
online? Okay, got it, yeah.
for you. You can roll me a history religion check.
We will do a history check because I'm okay at history. Yeah, that's a 29 on history.
Surprisingly enough, this suit is extremely and relatively cheap by all means when it comes to gold as your main exchange. Of course, with demons, you basically can work with the whole what's it called? Bargaining for information or other
Yeah.
little avenues. But actually, this whole suit would cost you about 7 to 12,000 gold pieces because it's relatively cheap.
Could I throw on, like a couple 100,000 gold to get it enchanted?
The Infernal Reavers do not enchant, they just make the
I'll need to
cloth.
find someone for specialty for that.
Something extremely special.
All right. Like with that, like looking at the suit, please, I'll hand over the gold and look over to the lovely looking creature. Very pleasant on the eyes.
Yes, you basically see in the center is a fleshy burned head with one visible eye that is good staring at you, while everything else is scarred and burned. While all the limbs are essentially working in unison to make more fireweave. So Ares, I saw what you did there.
He nods in approval, like, well crafted as expected. I suppose I should ask you this, given I doubt anyone else would know better. I'm on the job, and I need to make sure the equipment is more than just stylish. Do you have a recommendation?
Wait, what did you say?
Alright, I would. Lovely work, as per expected. But I need to make sure the clothing is more than just stylish. Have anyone that has more taste in the practical for the equipment? And kind of looks it over. I'm looking to get it enchanted.
That's a good question. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's...
Let me check.
Yeah, to be fair
Also-
here, you haven't had to bring up fire
what
elemental
what is with Ares that is
He really likes the clothing, I guess.
I was being having fun and such.
it shakes its head. It does not have an answer to you. Nor it would probably would give you an answer.
Oh.
Oh, don't give it a oh. Remember where you are.
Constantine's personality is a constant and unchanging force. No, I understand. Limited connections. Oh, so valuable. You kind of look. Can I roll an insight to see if the creature doesn't know or won't tell me? Two very different things.
Roll me an insight check.
Let's hope I don't screw this up. That is 18.
18. Well. It is barely sentient, barely thinking. That is an amalgamation of flesh and souls. The least of its concerns is to find something else that is not of its work. That is definitely no. He does not care and does not give a shit about you. It was been made for a singular purpose.
What is your purpose? To make soup?
It's not even suit to make cloth.
And yeah, understood. Like, do I understand this is like just like this is at a dead end here? This is
This is clearly a dead end that is not exactly gonna lead you anywhere.
And then I'll just have to ask the obvious question: do I know of anyone who will enchant this type of equipment?
History check with advantage.
25.
25. Oh god. Well. Well. How do I say this? You know, two things. What you got here is very powerful clothing already. It's relatively cheap for all things considered what it is, but also it has a certain taint to it, something that someone could sense it if they wish to. you know several rogue individuals that are demon worshippers that are willing to help you out in the mortal plane. But you also know of a handful of greater demons that are willing to help you out with improving this little suit. But at the cost, wearing the suit, someone might realize what you're wearing, and they might be very, very not happy.
The act of subtlety will be gone for
Yes.
powerful creatures. I like nod to myself, understanding the situation. And knowing that I'll need some time to get some specialty equipment if I want to do this correctly, I will buy a second suit. I'll throw in another 7,000 gold. And I
Man.
will
Just casual.
just casual, yeah, and I will buy a second one, knowing that I am planning to enchant one of these later. And
Okay.
you know, worst case scenario, I have a backup of it. It's good to buy 2 of the suits just in case something goes wrong. Or you want to mix and match a little. And and then nodding to myself, I will keep in mind to look out for the traditional good sources that might be able to provide more specialty things, like you know who I'm talking about. And with that said, knowing my mission here is done, I've gotten my new suit, and it is of good make and good utility. I will skirt off back to the mortal plane of existence. And I am going to, given that they're likely no longer in the shopping mall. Question here: can I choose just to re-enter my demi-plane, or do I have to teleport over to him first?
Technically, you do need to teleport to the same plane.
Oh yeah, no, I'm already back in the same plane. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you.
Yep. So they don't know I'm back, but I'm back. And yeah, I'm just, if they're in their hotel, right, and they've like got lodgings.
Well, I think we're just sitting at a tavern at the moment.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm just with them. Continue on your guys' suit. We'll get back to those suits later.
Our suit. Oh no.
Okay. So,
I found the demon Constantine.
how do I say this? So, you're basically sitting in this open tavern. People come and go, gets food, ale, and some other dark liquid from seemingly the massive metal cylinder. And I don't know, you're just chilling now, doing nothing. And Theo, how do I say this? Can you roll me one more insight check?
Yeah.
God fucking damn it. So the first 15 pages or so is essentially a story about a man in dark-clad armor and his half-elven companion as they try to figure out. Apparently, they found a treasure that will lead to great treasure map. And essentially, somewhere after page 50, there's a lot of smut. like the whole adventuring part just gets stopped, full stop, and the next three pages are nothing but smut.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the following. Is there a fire nearby in this tavern?
Uh, there is one brazier that is less for warmth because it's dead of summer, but more for cooking. There's nothing
Okay.
cooking there, but it is.
Okay, still see, so you would see Theo calmly closing the book, walking towards that flame and throwing the book in the flame with an intent and hatred you have never seen on his face before. And then he just gets back and sits down again.
So yeah, they're all just awkwardly sitting.
Yeah. I think during this time, Alice has been talking about our entire adventure and what we'll do to Link. What he can remembers. And I guess currently he's in his own little world. Summoning a small flame in his hand, like playing around with it, trying to get his mind back on something. So it's basically like just playing with fire, literally.
Ares, as you kind of like finish up, the story, and you kind of get that. You guys, there's like a blink in a moment before it. A familiar face is just standing behind, flanking Ares' seat. So that's what you've been up to.
Oh, Constantine, welcome back.
Yes, I've handled the equipment problem, but you'll have to give my contacts a few days to pull everything together for you, Lon. I'm sure you'll be pleased, though.
Huh? Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Did you put together a shopping list?
I have a few things I want.
Can I see it?
I'm guessing I hand over like a shopping list of my magical item ingredients that I want.
He holds the list, right? He glances over it. The list disappears. I will handle it. So he kind of looks around at the inn you guys found yourself in. Is this where you plan to lodge for the night?
Sure. Do we want to stay here? Iris asks. Listen, Theo. And Link, because Link is here.
I think it's fine. We could stay here.
Very well then. I suggest you all head in early then. We have quite the day tomorrow.
We do?
That's just not drugs.
There's also something called Temple of Fire. I want to visit.
Temple of Fire. Raxus, can I do a history check on the Temple of Fire in Cradle Pores?
Yeah, that's you can roll. Yeah, Richard. Go.
All right. Let's see what I know. 32.
Oh God, oh shit. Well, it's not in the Cradle Poros. It's down in the valley that, of course, the city resides, but it's about 20 miles southwest from it. There's a small place that rumor has it, honestly, that there is an ancient flame that has been burning for millennium. That is correct. That is also rumored to be one of the first entryways to the elemental plane of fire. But at this moment, the I guess the pathway is closed. You don't really know about the fire cult that resides in there. You know they have a name and history, but it's very niche, and there's about 50 of them, and it's not exactly very well known. Not because it's like well hidden from, you know, it's in plain sight, but it's so out of reach from most of the world that nobody really travels there. But you know that there represents probably the most capable druids in arts of destruction. As most druidism is about balance or maybe preservation of nature, there's also the aspects of destruction.
Yeah, you gotta
Those
clean up before
people-
you can rebuild.
Yes. So, yes, fire, destruction. The
Alright.
temple is plentiful of it.
Oh, how fun! It's been a while since I've seen it. Quite literally, Ares. Constantine like nods along. Well then, is he kind of looks over at Theo and Vess at this point. Do you plan to follow him along?
I see no reason not to. Though,
You
He
see
looks
Vess
over to
thinking
Theo.
for a moment. Go ahead, Theo. Vess is in thinking mode. That will take a moment.
Yeah, I'm going to follow him.
Alright. It should be a fabulous time. Lovely people. Smiles.
What do you mean by that?
Oh.
Why did you say smiles all of a sudden?
No. Hmm? Mean by what?
You know people there?
I know people everywhere.
oh,
Hmm.
if you know people anywhere, do you know people inside that mountain?
And Vess points towards the other mountain that, you know, where they found that protection thing.
Hey, raise an eyebrow. You're like, are you pointing out a window? Or is this like an open terrace?
Well,
Like-
technically, you can't really see from where you are because where you're pointing, right? You're pointing a busy street that has about 600, 700 feet to across like a gap through mountains on the other side of the mountain, and you know that even then, eventually, gotta turn right into an alleyway. So not exactly pointing like straight where it is.
Mm. So, can, can I? I don't know if this is an insight check, but can I tell where he's implying?
Professor.
You can roll me an insight check.
Yeah, I'm a. This is it's a bit of a hard ask of me.
Oh, Vess is stupid.
20. All right, 21. Actually,
But
that's-
you have no fucking clue what he's talking about. Like
I-
you need to go there in person and see, because he's basically pointing you literally in the street, and it can be anything.
yeah, he kind of. You see Constantine look out to the street. Sorry, but this isn't quite the vantage point for that.
Oh, right. There was a tunnel beneath a trapdoor. I was curious, why would there be tunnels here?
There's tunnels everywhere. How else would they get smuggling done?
Smuggling. Hmm. 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 What is smuggling?
Nothing of your concern. I think today's been a long day. It's time to rest.
Guess Vesta shrugs.
So are you gonna retire?
This place have a place nobody.
Sorry, Aries, you're muffled. Were you
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I accidentally put my
There you go.
phone away. Does this place have housing? That is
It does have a second floor. You don't know if it has housing.
and then we should be good guests. Have not bought anything here for a few hours, maybe, or maybe
Yes.
So,
depending on how long that trip was.
are you
And,
willing? Are you willing to buy? Because
we go up to whoever seems to be running the place.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically a barkeep slash innkeeper. This well-dressed human who sees you approach and silently huffs. Constantly realized something. He'd been eyeing all of them for a while.
They haven't bought anything.
Yeah. And he's like, finally, they're gonna buy something.
The first thing I ask is, what is that? I'm pointing at the machine.
He looks at it and taps it proudly a few times on its side and says, "This, my good people, is a coffee machine." Looks at all of
Like
you.
language.
If Ares was like, he was able to hide it quite well. He was slightly disgusted before. Now it's even more disgusted. Two bad things
Wait.
combined into one.
Hold on. Yeah. What's Lucky's reaction to this?
Yeah, what is Lucky's reaction? Oh yeah, Lucky's reaction. Ah! He looks at it. Hmm. Yeah, just give me a second. He seems not really interested.
All right. And with that, Aries, are you going to be asking for the rooms?
Yeah, and then after that, okay. Do you have rooms here?
Aye, we do. 12 gold pieces per room. One room with, kind of eyes all of you. Would easily, suit all of you.
You know, that sounds good. Then it turns to the eyes to Konstantin.
And yep, remembering that you gave him about 80 gold.
It was
He
80 silver.
Oh, 80 silver. Okay, that's a much different amount. Hold
Yeah.
on, let me do some mental. That is 8 gold. Kind of looks. I'm afraid I only have 8 gold from you. However, if I remember correctly, he turns his head over to Vess. Don't you have some gems?
Vest nods and pulls out the bag of rubies.
May I? He kind of puts his hand out. It looks like he's shaping his hand for a single ruby.
Vest just pulls out a single ruby and gives it to him.
Looking over this, Araxis, how much do I judge this to be worth?
Man, about 200 gold pieces, not gonna lie.
This should cover it. And he puts his and he puts his other hand over it, and he takes it off, and gem's gone, and 12 gold is in his hands. It was 12 for the room, right?
Yes.
And he puts it on the counter. There you go. And then Constantine, kind of understanding that the transaction is over, just fades as he walks behind Ares, and then he's gone. Don't worry about it, barkeep. Don't think too hard about it. Just, I'm not here anymore.
So.
Teleport there. Use money. Teleport away.
Okay.
What gives impression?
So.
We have rooms to sleep. Time to sleep.
Okay, so all of you gonna go take a sleep, right? Take a sleep. Right?
Yep, I think we're all gonna take a long rest.
A very long rest.
There's something very peculiar. As you try to, lay down, sleep, and rest, none of you seemingly can go to sleep.
Oh.
The sensation of sleep does not come to you. As every one of you, including you, Constantine, are awake.
Damn, can't even get a break in another dimension.
Yeah. So yeah, you're basically...
What is this room made out of? Stone or wood?
It's made of... Actually, most of it is wood, but the outside is a layer of clay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Is there a
Yes.
window? Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't want to.
There are windows,
interrupt.
yes. There's windows.
So what were you gonna say?
Okay. That's still very, very flammable. Building.
Wait, what?
No. It's not attempting anything. It's just if he wants to practice on fire magic and then makes a mistake, looks like it will be dangerous.
I don't think you want to practice fire magic in an inn, mate.
Yeah, that's.
We're literally going to a fire temple tomorrow. I think you can wait off till then.
Yeah.
Then I guess he has to meditate. Doesn't calm himself down if he can't sleep.
None of you can sleep.
And if that's the case, right? No sleep, no nothing, no what's going on over here. Actually, okay, so is this this might be an arcana check on my end. Is this on our magical?
You can definitely understand that this is magical. Because the sensation of slowly feeling, drained. Like you're not like feeling like something's pulling you, but you feel tired. You could just lay down and sleep, but there is no sleep.
We're going to manifest back into this plane of existence. We're gonna.
You just see Vez trying to lay down in several different ways to fall asleep.
Well, this is peculiar. As I'm going to go through a couple spells. First, we're just gonna do see invisibility. We're gonna see if anyone's trolling.
Wait, what did you do?
See invisibility.
Nope.
Got it. I was hoping that was not the case. People are very look around there. Detect evil and good. I'm assuming besides for our party.
God damn it. What did you say?
Detect evil and good.
Is that good and evil?
Whoa! You're not exactly the best person.
Yeah, I don't need to go into that. Don't worry about
Yeah.
that.
As for everybody else, it's kinda, eh. There's no good, celestial, whatnot, or evil. Kinda like, eh.
And nodding. Then I am going to cast. This is affecting all of us, so this is kind of like an area of effect. So,
Got one question though. Does
oh, go for it.
are some of these spells, do they have vocal components?
Oh yeah, no, you can see him just actively saying straight in a strange language,
Okay.
and magic sigils being formed, just like right.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I am going to. I need a target, but I'm not sure where.
Simple. Target this. They can take it.
No, this is not that type. I am. Actually, you know what? I will target Vest. Vest, do you have any magic equipment on you?
Yes.
I recommend taking it off.
Oh, you need.
Constantine looks over to you. Uh, I'm guessing since you're prepping for sleep, you don't have any like armor or anything on. You're a barbarian anyway, so it's not
Yeah,
like you're.
it's probably laying beside the bed by now.
So you have nothing magical that I'm about to dispel by accident here. Got it.
Let me double check. Should be aside. Should be aside. That should be in the bag. That should be in the bag. That thing I'm in tune is in the bag. Wait. I do need to take off something. Vest looks at you and nods. Then she takes off her ring of protection.
Yep.
And puts it aside.
I cast a sigil. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on him just to see if there's any enchantments on him instead of the room.
There are no.
This is peculiar. And it's not housed in this room because I was in a different plane of existence. So it's not connected to the room. It's not an enchantment type of spell. Yeah, you see Constantine thinking for a moment.
Alice asking, can't you also sleep, Constantine? What are you doing?
Someone's having their fun.
Is it a sign?
She sounds very tired.
Alright, at this point, I've kind of done process of elimination, and I'm kind of sparse on ideas here, so...
Is something wrong?
You can roll me Arcana check.
Yeah, with that said, yes, Ares, I need to borrow your brain for a moment.
Yeah.
As he vanishes for a moment. And he starts, and Ares, can you run an Arcana check?
I can.
Yeah.
Very good at it.
As you
Not
feel
zero.
the classical and expected magical steroids run through your brain.
Oh no, I
Yeah, no
can't
time.
actually. Oh. My Discord is frozen, so I can't type anything.
Oh
Hey!
no!
I also can't look into our text channels.
Man, this is one heavy enchantment spell.
Like it looks. I can't even show it to that looks because I can't even post.
What can you do?
I need to restart Discord. That's why I moment.
Go ahead.
Uh,
We wait.
Discord.
I guess in the meantime, Vest is gonna put her ring back on.
Yep.
the only thing the item she sleeps with on because it's a ring.
Ares dying moment.
And
Man! First the bot dies, now Ares dies. Next we know Araxis dies.
oh,
No.
Jinx it.
Who's next?
But I would imagine in this situation, Theo's just, man, I can't sleep most of the time, so this isn't unusual.
Also because the bartender spiked all of the drinks with coffee.
Coffee!
I mean, it's not, but it would be.
didn't even
I
I
would
know,
not
I know.
want to see hyperactive
Can I have
Vest
coffee?
on coffee.
Give me
That would be
coffee! I
scary.
want coffee! Give me coffee!
Don't give the barbarian coffee.
No, really, don't give Vest coffee.
Oh, that's not.
But I imagine because Theo has like eye bags that are on the floor, he doesn't seem like he sleeps often.
Man,
Ares!
Ares Discord is not
There
starting.
it is.
He's dying.
Oh,
What's
Alright.
up?
Yeah. Do you hear me?
yep.
Yes,
You got some
with
background,
wind.
but yep.
Am I echoing?
No, you got wind. It's.
Okay.
Do you got a
Yeah.
window open over there?
No, it's my fan. I'm
yeah.
using Discord on browser now because I can't open my application.
If you want to fix
Uh,
that, you know that little arrow next to your microphone, internet, and clock.
Yeah, up.
Yeah, open that up. The little. You should get a Discord tab if you're using the application.
Yeah, and cancel
It
that.
could
I
also-
did
Yeah.
that.
It could also be
Dang.
that you probably need to kill it via task manager.
Yeah, if killing it through that method didn't work, task manager is the only thing left. But if the browser's working for you at the moment, we'll stick for that for a second.
Yeah.
Can you roll your Arcana with advantage? I will handle my shenanigans over here. Don't worry about it.
I'm just saying I can't seem to
Be right back.
remove the task manager.
Yeah, well. All right.
Oh,
and
that's 20.
yeah, that's a nat 20 of 34 in total. Oh wait, no, sorry. 39 in total. So,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're affected by something. You have no clue. Counterpoint, Constantine. You believe you might have a solution to it. As it doesn't register as a curse or something, it is some sort of probably a simple wish spell. Stop it.
Yeah, but I want to figure out what's causing it, before I
What's
nuke it.
causing it? That's the thing. You really have no fucking clue.
Someone's messing with us, and I don't like it.
You straight up just have no clue. Like, you would know if somebody was messing with. Nobody did. Like, nobody did say something or do anything. It's. You have no clue. This is the one time, Constantine, where you failed to recognize what the fuck is going on for a first time in a very long time. You feel slipping.
What? What did I miss?
So, then, question here.
Mhm.
Is it fair to guess this is a divine / demonic
No,
what's the
no. This is something else. This is like, if it was like something powerful, it would be a lot more prominent, right? Right.
Yeah.
It would be something a lot more prominent. Something.
I'd be able to smell it.
Yes.
Um,
This is
with
something just like Weird.
With that said, I'm
Ah,
just gonna take a moment here. Has, like, listening in on the other rooms, just like calmly taking a breath for a second, are they asleep? Is this just us?
Well,
Right.
mind you, it is still quite early. Technically, it's
All right.
been actually theoretically it's been like
I see, I see, I see. You know what? Aries, I think you're right. I glance over at Vest.
Best glances back, eyes lid half shut.
You see what you can
Yes.
only describe as Constantine, like, you know this look. This is the look you give when you find a lost, helpless prey that's caused you a bit too much trouble. A sheep that's made it out of a pen, a rabbit that's given you an hour-long run. You know what this type of annoyance is out on various hunts or animal keeping, no matter in whatever form your tribe handled. Hmm. Araxis, can I do a different Arcana check?
uh-huh.
Is there any way to eyeball where the hell good old Vess's chaotic energy comes from?
Roll me Arcana check.
As I look back at Ares and say, I'm using it again. Ares, you find he puts out his hand and you feel the familiar tug. This is kind of getting exhausting. His brain computer. You noticed. Yeah, he's not even being polite
extra
about it.
fucking memory, Ares is.
Yeah, he's using your RAM.
When you need to overclock your decision making, use Ares.
This is. I'm not exaggerating. All right, let's. Yep, that is a 30. Clean 30.
30. Oh boy. You have absolutely no fucking clue where Vess's power comes from. Because you never ask Vess's where she is. Technically, boy, but you do know of sorcerers, and you do know about the concept of wild magic. It is a magic that is, how do I say this? It's the same concept as luck. It's almost non-existent, but it exists, and it extremely is potent once you understand it. Are you afflicted by this wild magic as we speak at this very moment? Maybe. Perhaps. Because you do know that you got cast the spell by Vess, and all of you felt something for a briefest of moment. But nothing happened.
Vess, you get a look, and it's not a pleasant look. It's of what looks like to be grave annoyance. Not very carefully hidden behind the typical smile. I've found the problem.
And Ves gets up. And what
What is it exactly?
she gives a look of mostly a little mild annoyance back. It's like, you're giving me a look, you know.
It seems your lack of control has led to some unfortunate side effects.
see.
Anyways, nothing I can't fix, but kind of looks at you. To fix it is a very daunting task.
And
Kind of. And he looks you up and down one more time. Question. Where is your bag of holding this?
It should be on the counter next to her bed.
Bags of holdings.
Yep. And your flute's inside there, right?
Yes.
You see, he doesn't hide, of course. You see him do a quick spell, like a flick of the finger, and a magical hand manifests. And it goes over, it opens it, and picks up the bag of holding.
Vess looks.
Vess, I
Vess looks
have to
convinced.
ask, and please do answer me honestly. You attuned the flute, didn't you?
You see Vess sighing for a moment.
yes, in case the demons overwhelm us.
Reasons don't matter. You promised me you wouldn't attune to it. And
We don't use it.
no, I was clear.
Jerky.
I was very explicit. And if you really felt like this wasn't a overstep, you wouldn't have done it when you thought I was sleeping. I don't like being lied to. And it is of great importance that reckless behavior, and you see the hand, like you see it bring it to his hand, and he puts his hand in the bag and pulls out the flute. Reckless behavior does not endanger Ares, Master.
Sorry. Sorry, I was talking with my dad.
That
Yeah.
literally broke me. And now you've gone and done just that.
But was that to West or to Ares?
That was
So-
to Vess. As he's kind of now he's taken, like, now he's a flute in his hand and he's like tossing it in his palm. Whatever shall I do about this conundrum?
So you claim the flute is to blame?
No, you're to blame. But I let the flute pass. 'Cause I thought maybe it was a one-off thing. But if you're going to cause trouble...
Yes.
What to do?
Ares between West and Constantine a bit worried.
You're gonna see Vess just staying stalwart, just waiting it out. Clearly, she knows that Constantine's not gonna do anything. At this point, it's pretty much two forces who know how the other might act, but at the same time, they know they're at an impasse and they're trying to, understand, come to a mutual understanding.
In Vess's eyes, Constantine helps people.
I know, but she still has questions. But now he's giving an aura off, and she's responding likewise to it.
Actually, yeah, Theo, what's good? You're awake to see all this, by the way. What's going on over
Yeah.
there?
I think right now he's just observing what's happening in the community. Does Theo think that Vess is in immediate danger?
You could roll an insight check.
I'm going to roll an insight. Oh,
There it is.
Now, that's a good insight check, and you can tell. You kind of look back in your history for a moment, right here, and you kind of take inventory of all the little things that you've seen Constantine do and act, and take a moment and you go back for a moment and you think, what was the first interaction where Constantine did something drastic? And it takes you back to the anthill, back underneath to the fallen civilization. Things were so crazy back then, things happened one after another. You didn't think too much about it, but then you remember for a moment. Constantine resurrected an ancient civilization. You didn't question it at the time. He crushed a magic rock. Maybe it was something he had prepared ahead of time. But it gives you a sense for a moment. You think here. If he was willing to do that on an impulse to help Ares, then it paints a very clear picture that there's very little things he would not do if he felt like it concerned Ares. Including harming you two.
okay, so I'm going over to Vess, standing next to her. And where's Ares in that situation? Where's he standing?
Possibly, I'm like sitting in a meditative position on top of one of the beds.
Okay, but he can also hear the conversation and
Oh
everything
yeah,
that's
I'm hearing
happening,
it.
right?
I'm here.
Okay.
We
And
all
I'm just-
shared one room, right?
Yeah, I think that was the situation, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then. Theo is just standing there, looking between Constantine and Ares and saying, I don't. You really shouldn't threaten her. I don't think that's something Ares would want. Right? I'm looking for Ares for approval.
You hear me? I think it's best if we. Well, lying is bad, right? And but seems to get a bit confused about the situation. He only had it for good reasons, right? You look at this.
I did not lie. I simply backed out of my word when the demons showed up and wanted a way to deal with it without resorting to anything I could not do. Then again, I have no reason to blow the flute. I will admit I backed out of my word, and Constantine has the right to be upset. I told my reasons, and that is that.
Since you seem so intrigued in it, and I'm going to have you unattuned to it, that's very... You understand that now, right? And I'm taking it away from you afterwards. I will explain what the flute does. The flute, in no other terms, and I think you understand this part, will summon all of a certain type of dragon from this plane of existence here. I want to be very clear that if that were to happen, that includes the young, the half-breeds, and so on. You would, in essence, most likely, kill all of the young accidentally, and bring all of the parents into the very same room. In short, you would piss off every dragon of that type in this plane of existence and bring them to your doorstep. It's immediate suicide. That is why I made it very clear to never use or attune to the item.
You said it. Suicide.
It's suicide, yes.
On me. Not
No,
on those
no,
around
no.
me when they are gone. It is a way to buy time.
It's a rather extravagant circumstance.
Just gives him a glance, annoyed.
Extreme as it is, demons flying from the sky was also very extreme.
Don't let that fear cloud your judgment or your words. Regardless, you can make it up to me another time. But for now, he kind of takes the flute in one hand and moves it over to you. I will clean up your mess this time, and you will unattune to this, or I will make you unattune to it. I will take this out of your hands, and this will be the end of it. Do I make myself clear?
You see Vess sighing.
So be it.
And he hands you the flute to unattune to it. And with that said, Orexis, I would like to use a wish spell to dispel the sleep apnea.
Okay. Oh boy. Woo! Man. So, a
Vess
simple,
just does what she's told.
a few seconds pass, and all of a sudden, all of you feel weakness. Severe weakness as now sleep has overcome you. All of you want some rest.
Time for that, boys.
There you go. Oh. Anything else, or just gonna sleep now?
I think it's
mean-
time. Yeah, I'm if he's done unattuning, I'm taking the flute and
Well, technically she would unattune it. She's gonna keep her word on that. But yeah, it's probably good that Constantine known that she was why she did it and why she was nervous. And yeah, but she's finally giving it up. She's like, "Yep, I went back on my word. I'll admit that."
And yeah, Vesh, as you hand back the flute, he's still clearly irritated with you. And you know Constantine well enough at this point to know that if he didn't want you to know he was angry with you, you wouldn't. But at this point, it's very clear to say that he's actively just gave you the warning glare of don't do something like that again. Whether you ignore that or not is up to you, of course.
But
But
that's not all, because now that you have Vess's attention, she gently grabs your hand and then looks at you, and then she said, and will say this.
I have a question to ask, but that will remain for later. Not here.
he nods with a polite smile. I understand that.
There's not
Sleep
as
well.
Well, so everybody goes to bed then, or anything else specific?
Ares felt like a spike of sorrow sadness when he heard the talk about the demons again, and tucks himself under the bed cover, hiding himself. Tries to sleep.
Oh, that case, I think 2.5 hours. That's good enough. You can decide what you want to do, because clearly none of you have any idea what you want to do.
I
So,
have.
You
short
might
rest.
have. Everybody else is clueless.
I have ideas.
Yeah.
Temple can
Best
to
way
do
to
some
sleep.
dungeoneering.
Dungeon.
The fire temple dungeon.
The dungeon? Hold up. Hold up.
I think. What?
You to get the emblem of fire from the temple of fire.
So. Okay. So, anything you want to say before I'm shutting the stream down with no survivors? I'll rate some.
New suit.
Suit fire
Good
suits.
moment.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Very nice.
Trust intensifies.
Also, Shinoko2, thank you for the follow. Yeah, see you tomorrow.
I want to make flame armor, flame weapons.
And
I've
it's
worked on
done.
so far.
And it's over. Here you go.